Hello. I just want to kick this Monday off, saying that we're gonna have, three personal videos. Like I said earlier, later on, but today, I just want check in literally with video call. And this how we're gonna start off is Sunny, okay? Because what Sunny is, literally to me in reverse, is a very, complicated mindset because I took advantage of the real world where it came to ignoring somebody's voice and landing on Nerd Girl, but what he was doing was something intuitive in and out. He was observing the build, wondering what I can do, literally wondering where I stand at from high school. That's very important, all right? Because when I came at him, right, it was a blank mindset, like I don't give a fuck about anything. And what he was doing was he was getting racism, literally analytical conditions, so specific, all right? So, this is going to be, further into detail for the video because, what he did was he recognized that I had a landslide somewhere, that I could use against the family, but not right away. And, what he had was the same understanding of me in the real world. So, I have to get him with his voice at the right time, all right? So, I'm going to, explain something, else, later in this video. But, truth be told, okay? Truth be told, literally, when people literally that run shit up in there, there's going to be a separate part of this, here face video for Miranda, okay? All right? Because, the truth of the matter is I have my own personal business. So, in other words, you try to make my business, hers, it's literal shit. Now, let's go on to the second part about this video, Livingstone, okay? Livingstone's, relationship with me in reverse is so, more complicated than you think, okay? The reason why I'm saying this is because in the midst of violence, these two people knew the ins and outs of how to fuck with somebody, and that's why I literally gave a meal with Smeggy. I knew somebody ever since I was childhood, literally to let me know principle, right from wrong, in order for me not to take them, what they portray over who they are, okay? And that's what literally this video is all about, okay? So when Stone, came at me, that masculine style, season 4, I had to give up the cartoon. I had to give up symbolism. That was one of my biggest regrets to the police, is the fact that I couldn't, follow anything 100% mental, but I could follow up on something mental on paper. So guess what my biggest flaw was in my strategy, all right? I called out game, and they called out my mental condition, all right? When I knew that there's worse, and when I started, having the judge in my head, when I had, all this shit, Aaron's mom, I figured out this shit is a lot whole worse, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, Stone broke me down the same way Sonny broke me down. And that's the thing, literally, when you have a closed mindset, literally, when you focus on somebody, literally, who accepts something. And that's a part of how I used to yell, Uncle T, was, I admitted something before I yelled, okay? And when you admit something, when your gang goes out of your way to say, oh, the big gig, this, that, and you admit something, literally, that's the award somebody gets as somebody, all right? All right? So, it started off, literally, with me topping the Tekaichi tournament, literally, by saying Stone, you're a definition of butthurt, literally, all the way back in time to today. And yes, literally, one of the big differences between me and India is knowing somebody like Joey actually stole my bars and had him fake it throughout his whole life. But the truth be told, for this video, you need to understand that when Stone hit me with the daily, and literally, I kept my calm, I kept my cool, recognized that I can still dance. Literally, I ran for a really big, rap statement when it came to Hitman Holla and Tay-Rock, all right? So guess what happened? Guess how I got to meet him? Guess how I ignored number 4, siblings for season 4, all throughout, the entire years of the video, all right? I recognized that literally, because I got the cool people, because I wasn't obsessed with the arrow, literally, when it came down to it, I was the one who was cool with the rappers with the guns. That's what Stone noticed, okay? It's the exact reason why I stepped around ahead, why I remain calm, is why I had a more realistic outcome, and you got an outcome that was based off being obsessed. Now, we see what I got you, okay? All right? Another video, another part of this section is from Miranda, all right? The girl I used to love for me was slide with me, all right? And what that was, okay, was, that was her literally cleaning on something, because what she was in charge of the internet forum that distributes, anime online for a specific otaku community. First off, me and Miranda both love Code Geass. This is back when I was still a heavy cosplayer. And guess what ends up happening, you know? Where I become the new version of, you know, Timothy Delgado, leading everybody's fault race. Guess what happened to her career? So it started off with me and her talking about slime, knowing that Code Geass was her favorite, and, you know, when it came to her, you know, on her own, because I played hard to get back in the day, she's like, damn, this is how much she knows about Code Geass, all right? So, what ends up happening is I start, you know, having side swags and start working out. I start saying Rimuru is my second favorite protagonist in anime, you know? And also, we have a little classic shit that Chris told you to watch it first, where it was really Jordan to tell Chris to watch it, all right? All right? Now, when it comes down to it, critically, guess what ended up happening to her after she corrected me at the convention after I saw through a shit test? Lily, that's the thing about the group home, Lily. I was able to surpass shit test, all right? Lily, remember how I told you, Lily, I didn't care about things about marriage, this is that because of body language, Lily, because I was able to keep my shit intact, all right? Guess what ended up happening to her in the world that we can absorb? She became an online strip for her multiple Instagram accounts that can't get money off the same thing, which used to be boss, literally at the proper world, literally the high-tier anime world and shit. They knocked her down. And they do that to everybody. They did it to me, literally they did it to Timothy, they did it to everybody, literally, that is successful. And that's the way of America. And just like life is this, and that's why I pound. I'm like, nigga, I told you the difference between literally kids over friend, this, that, literally, that's not fucking true, all right? You forced not to be that way. That's why I laugh at fucking scientists. Why do you think Donald Illusionist is somebody who can fucking dance, all right? And say this, that, the scientist, because the scientist isn't willing to have the mind and body involved in activity. That's why I play sports heavily, okay? All right? This is crazy, all right? This is absolutely fucking crazy, and that's why I want the Uli Bully dude to admit you have to be immature, you know, by somebody saying a standard where a bullet, literally, you still live the same life, you still getting away with the same shit without them being enforced after you know my full life story, okay? So, another section that you didn't know about this video is that it's Mariah's birthday, okay? Literally, my homegirl, you know, as he fully says, Sigurd Lupus, it's still her birthday. All right, and a part of my brain Mac, all right, was to recognize that, you know, my thighs were getting big, my thighs were starting to look just like hers, okay? So it's true. It's very fucking true. You know, back in the day, I'm not going to talk about, you know, the inner details, you know, because, you know, how I planned it was like the only thing to do was get ruined it anyway, so I ruined it before they did, and God still awarded me, all right? After all, we're in the world where we can absorb. You're holding a lot against Eric. You're not letting him see a celebrity. You let him don't fucking everything get out, but you give, you know, the stupid white people power. So I'm like, you know, fuck you, you know? I'm going to keep living my life. I'm going to keep doing my downfalls. I'll do what I fucking can when you do the same thing. That's my mentality, all right? Literally. So, you know, fuck you. Literally, this is how it truly is inside.